All right, Ken folk, let me give y'all one last walk around on this Indian Roadmaster Dark Horse. As I told y'all before, while I was riding, I think I told you that the controls are pretty much the same. Where you have the power, the start and stop button. This is for cruise control. You push it when you want a second cruise control. Turn it on. Turn it to push it to the left if you want to set the cruise control. Then once you get it set, you can increase the speed, decrease the speed, up and raise and lower the windshield right here. It's the ride command center. You can control the ride command center. It's a touch screen, but you can also have these buttons right here where you can control the ride command. You have these buttons on this side where you have the music control here, where you can have the turn the volume up and down, skip and rewind. And right here is the button that you use to toggle through some of the screens once you get to it on the ride command. You have the horn and the high beam. And on the back of the handlebars, right here, this button right here is that what you use to select something on the ride command. Once you get to it, on this side over here, you also have a button right here that you can use to go change the screens on the ride command. Once you get to the screen, once you get to a screen you want to look at, this is the button that you use to maneuver up and down the screen. Then you use that button on that side to select what you want to select. The bags, they're basically the same bags that you get on the Indian Pursuit, the one that I have, except this one comes with the upgraded audio system. I'm told that the upgraded audio system is a package that you can get when you either go order the bike online. If you can go online and build your own bike, or if you go into the shop and buy one, you can order them and have them installed. If you are considering getting the upgraded speakers or any other additions to the bike, it's probably best to go online and build your own bike and then go to the shop to see what kind of deal they are willing to give you as far as incentive goes. Same setup on the back. The real change is the lights right here on the saddlebag lights. The saddlebag lights, they're still not turn brake. They are running lights, but if someone were to get too close to you, the lights will start to flash. This is the big controversial part that everyone keeps talking about. It's this module right here. It's the sensor that controls all the new technology, or the sensor that enables you to use all the new technology. Or if someone were to get too close to you, those lights will start flashing. They kind of signal that they're too close to you. And you'll also get a warning on the dash to let you know that someone is too close to you. As I showed you during the ride, as you could, can y'all see that? Let me start that over again. When I hit the start button, I want you to look at the mirror so you can see what happens once someone enters your blind spot, how the mirrors light up. So you see the mirrors lighting up. That lets you know that someone is entering your blind spot. Ride command comes on. And once the ride command comes on, ride command looks the same as it did last year, and it looks the same as it does on my Indian Pursuit. See, it's right here where you get these right here. Hit this button, and now you can see where you can control all those things. Turn on and off the rear detection. See how the lights come on when you do that? It's got lights on the mirrors when you turn that on and off. And then you had the heel hold, which there were a spot where I could have tested the heel hold. But I was talking about on this side, when you get to something that you want to select, you can use this screen, use this right here to go up and down. See how you zoom in, zoom out. So here, see how it's moving? So if I get to somewhere that I want to do, then I can use this button to select it. And once I select it, then so right here I'm on source. Or I can use this button, so you can push that button and select the source. So if you play with those buttons, you'll figure out that one side is the toggle through and the other side is the select. Let me give you a look at this trunk space. This is basically an Indian Pursuit Dark Horse. Yep, Indian Pursuit Dark Horse. Somebody left their shades in there. I still don't like these. As you know, I replaced those with gas struts on my Indian Pursuit. I like those a whole lot better. Let me see if they actually changed this, where they actually made this a lot easier to close. Nope, still the same. One of these days I'm going to do a walk around on my Indian Pursuit, just kind of show you some of the things that I've updated. And one of the things that I have updated is I've added about 2 centimeters with some extenders so that it makes this trunk easier to close on my Pursuit. How much pressure you got to add to that just to close that thing? Yep. I also like these things right here, where you help control the wind, so you don't get as much wind when you're riding this as I got on that Indian Chieftain, where I felt like there was a whole lot of wind in my chest. These lights right here, those are blinkers. Let's check it out and see. I think they're blinkers. Turn it on. Get the blinkers going. No, they're not blinkers. They're probably just running lights. See about when you turn on the high beam. Yep. Turn on the high beam. I think they're on now. What about those running lights at the bottom? How do you turn those on? So we know that on the Pursuit, there's a button right here that you would use to turn on the running lights. Here we go, fog lights. So you turn on the fog lights here. So just about everything on here is probably controlled in there in the ride command system. You also have the heated grips, heated seats, passenger and rider, and the fog lights. Say it doesn't have the. Say this thing doesn't have the shock, but according to this right here, it does come with the preload shock. So at least on the Roadmaster, you would get the mono shock, the Fox mono shock. So at least on the Roadmaster, I think you're going to get the Fox mono shock. See if we can go in here to fine tune it. So you have bags, you have driver, passenger. Cylinder deactivation. Got shock preload. Oh yeah, so you can go in and preload, preset your weight. Say you have a trunk. Riding solo. No luggage. You have luggage. So you get to set heavy luggage. You're riding with a trunk. I think this is probably one of the advantages of having this Power Plus platform. This is one of the advantages of having the Power Plus platform that comes with this monoshock. But I got to tell you, even the platforms that didn't come with the monoshock, like those Indian Challenger 112s, I think they were comfortable, but eventually I would have to put it on a long test ride in order to determine whether or not I can do without that adjustable shock, or whether or not the shocks on those bikes are just as good as the shocks on these bikes. So let's go take a look at this Challenger. I'm not going to give you the same walk around or detailed look that I did with the, as you can see, I think the saddle bags are pretty much the same. What you don't get with the Challenger that you get with the Pursuit is that you get a brake instead of a brake peg. You get a shot at that 112 engine. As I said before, my Indian Pursuit has a Stage 2 kit. And I think that the Stage 2 kit probably puts out a few more horsepower than the 112. But riding this 112, I can tell you, I don't think this bike right here is going to have any problem keeping up with anything that's on the road. Especially when we're talking about something that's stock. I'm talking about the gold wing. I think it'll roll with my Indian Pursuit. The only thing I would see changing about this is maybe adding some different exhaust, adding some bars. I think the windshield on this bike is just the way it should be. I like the height of that windscreen right there. So I won't have to change that out. I probably wouldn't even add any lowers, just keep it the way it is. But I would add some guards for the saddlebags. And I will go get me some of those drop guards from motorcycledropguards.com, so that when I'm out there doing slow speed maneuvers and drop the bike, I won't be worried about the damage that's caused by the drop. Those speaker systems, I think that's worth the upgrade. I don't know if I'm going to get it upgraded on my Pursuit. If you're watching this video and you have the power band upgrade, let me know. What do you think about it? Or should I go to Davison Audio to get a whole new system installed? Let me know. So this is Fairweather Rider. I'm going to shut it down for now. Today, I got a chance to ride the Indian Challenger 112, the Indian Springfield, which still has that Thunderstroke, the Indian Roadmaster, the Indian Chieftain 112. Gave me a little clarity regarding what I should do, or the way I should be looking to go when it's time to add another horse to the stable. I'm going to keep it on the list for now, but I think I pretty much eliminated that Chieftain Power Plus from consideration, and might just wait till they come out with a color scheme for the Challenger Elite that I like. We'll see. Stay tuned to the channel and let me know what you guys think. Look at that Indian Pursuit, y'all. But I had one of them, so I know I'm not going to go that route. Get one last look at all these bikes out here. This is Fairweather Rider. Some call me Peabo. I'll be back.